One of the things we want to do is take you on a little trip through the CatholiconExpo.com site, because as you know, CatholiCon Expo is coming up in New Orleans. And so, Father Ryan, when we're looking at the website, we see actually a fairly well-designed site, don't we?
Yes, it was designed by master designer Father Christopher Joseph Decker. I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not, but he's a fantastic designer. The site is based around the icon, a very ancient icon of Christ Pantocrator. If you're Greek, Pantocrator. And
if really you're not, you're just lost.
Yeah, you're busted. We really want to focus the site on our theme, which this year is going to be Christ Perfect Communicator. So you're going to go to your web browser of choice, which is either Chrome or Safari, and it's really nothing else. And you're going to type in CatholiconExpo.com, and that's going to take you to our spectacular website, where you're going to be introduced to our theme and reminded that our conference takes place September 14th through 16th in New Orleans, Louisiana.
And we're excited about that.
World-class tourist destination. We didn't have space on the website to put it quite yet, but New Orleans is a wonderful city.
Yeah.
Father Chris and I both went to school there for 4 years. You're going to be within walking distance of some of the finest art, some of the most spectacular street performers, wonderful music. Tipitina's is right down the road, the best jazz house in the world. Mm-hmm. You're going to be within walking distance of some of the greatest. You can walk to the food. You'll never walk away from it. But it's very spectacular. And so as we take you through our website, we're going to start in the vital info section because we needed a dramatic title. And we decided to ask, why would you come to CatholiCon? And so I'm not going to read it to you, but we want you to look and realize the Catholic Underground is an organization, and CatholicCon is an event that is dedicated really and deep and truly to the digital continent and the Pope's notion of the need to evangelize the digital continent. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the width and breadth of the church and the technology that goes into it. But then we have to remind ourselves everything we're doing is oriented and focused upon Christ, the Pantocrator. And if you notice that the eyes look different, good.
Yes.
We're going to move. Yes.
Yes.
And then we're going to move to the next page of vital info, which is the general schedule of events. Now, we don't want to let too much out right now. We want to give you that sense of, ooh, and interesting, and maybe there's more to be told. And in fact, there is a lot more. We can tell you that Friday evening we're going to have a social hour with some cocktails if you'd like to enjoy those. We're going to have solemn vespers in the presence of the Most Blessed Sacrament. And we're going to have the opportunity to engage in something called bar camps, which is going to give people who have the right knowledge and the right ideas a chance to hang out. More about that down the road. Mm-hmm. Throughout the entire weekend, we're going to have an expo area open, which is going to be available to let you peruse what some other Catholic organizations are doing. We're also going to make our 2 coffee bars available. Father Chris, what are the names of the coffee bar?
Baraba and Barjona.
Few people at the Second Vatican Council, they had 2 coffee bars where most of the actual discussion took place, Bar Jonah and Bar Rabbas. Bar in Hebrew means son of, and so there's some very funny, seminary humor, which most ordinary humans
usually doesn't translate, right?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Saturday, we begin with the Mass, and then we'll move into our Clare camps, a little bit more about that in just a second. Then we'll have the CU Think Tank, a VIP supper, and a very special evening program that Father Chris and Josh and I are really pumped about.
Yeah, we're totally pumped about it.
It's great, huh? Josh, you have something to say about the evening event without giving away what it is?
No, I'm really excited about the evening event. Last year, it was more amazing than I could have expected. In fact, I think it was the most special of the entire conference was the sit-down meal and the visiting, and people really, really enjoyed it. I had multiple people come up to me and say how much they really thought the atmosphere was great. Of course, being in New Orleans now, with the city that's famous for its food, I think it's just going to be even more magnificent.
Yeah. And then if that was great, the event after the VIP supper is going to be even cooler. So
it is going to be
yeah. And then Sunday.
After Saturday, we have our great joy. Then Sunday, we're going to wake up and we're going to have our Sunday Mass. We're going to conclude with some more bar camps and some more, we think is some really good programming. A lot of conferences where we drop the ball on Sunday. And I feel like last year we probably did that a little bit too. But we're really going to pick up the slack this year. And we've got a great Sunday plan that really, really makes it worth sticking around. And then we're going to conclude with some devotions to the Most Blessed Sacrament because we always begin in with the Lord.
Yeah.
And then Claire Camp, which is the real meat and potatoes. Our event, we have 2 tracks last year on methods and on content. This year we have 3 tracks. Track 1 is going to be again on methods, which is, how do you do all that crazy tech stuff? Track 2 is going to be on the content, which, hey, what do you say once all that tech stuff is working? And then track 3 is something that Father Z really pushed us toward last year, which was a notion of a theology of communication.
Yep.
Now, this is obviously a little heavier, and it's an entirely new kind of thing. Nobody's really tried to do it, and so we're really excited about bringing some academics together and doing something what we think is very unique in this kind of new media, because you do need to know the theology. The theology is not irrelevant.
Right.
And so those are the Claire Camp tracks: methods, content, theology. And of course, you're going to go over to the website. You're going to read more about those, and we will be kind of sneaking out little hints and teasers if you subscribe to the newsletter, which you can also do at our website.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Now we're going to let you know that the costs of CatholiCon. Let me do the Steve Jobs. How much would you expect to pay for an event like
$6,000?
Your firstborn child? How about an entire month-long trip to Europe? How much would you expect to pay for this? Well, we do CatholiCon as inexpensively as we can. We want to make sure that as many people as possible who want to be there can be there. So our general admission is $50. Now that is nothing. Any other conference, anything like this, that number would be 8-10 times that amount. And so the general admission fee is very low. We want you to sign up before the Feast of the Assumption of Our Lady, precisely because we want you to do that before she goes into heaven, body, and soul. After that, it's more expensive. But that's largely because it makes it more complicated for us if you sign up later rather than earlier. Hotel rooms at the 4-star New Orleans Intercontinental, which is a spectacular hotel, are about $110 a night. There are some fees and stuff like that, and you have to work that out with the hotel. But realize you can do our conference. Realistically, if 2 and 3 of you come at the time, you can do our conference for $250 a person.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's a whole weekend.
Not a day, not $250 a day.
Right,
$250 weekend.
So just realize that's astounding. We ourselves are kind of surprised we got the number that low. Now, in order to get the number that low, you need to share a hotel room with somebody and do some other stuff like that. But it's astounding, and so we're really pumped. We want you to go over and check out the costs and fees, and we certainly want you to email us with suggestions and ideas you may have about anything under that vital info.
Yep.
Now, one of the things that I'm excited about, and Father Chris was nervous about it at the beginning, are behind-the-scenes blog. I'm a big fan of letting people see behind the curtain and realize that there's just a tiny little man there who's talking into a microphone, or in my case, a not-so-tiny little man talking into a microphone. But this blog is going to be where we chronicle all the people who organize in the conference, what we do and how it works, and what we have to organize, and what kind of struggles we had to do to get this to work, and when that sponsor comes on board. And so we want you to subscribe to that feed, and we want you to check back to the website to see how things are going behind the scenes. Now, in the course of the next couple of months, as we roll out more features, we're going to be including an interaction section where you can kind of get involved, where you can lay prayer intentions on, and we will be praying for them and things like that. We consciously launched a part of the website now, and we're going to consciously launch a part of it later for a series of reasons that'll probably be explained in behind-the-scenes posts. But for now, that is our website, CatholiConExpo.com, CatholiConExpo.com. It takes place September 14th through 16th, Feast of the Triumph of the Holy Cross. It is in New Orleans, Louisiana, the Big Easy. Great food, great people, great art, great Catholic faith, and we want to see you there at the CatholiCon Expo 2020.
That's exactly right. And we know we'll be there, so we hope that you will too.